Welcome back to Eden Talks. We are talking to BBW Talks Toys. Before the break, BBW gave us her advice about what toys a person should try if they are totally inexperienced. You certainly seem to know your stuff. So many zones and areas to stimulate. Do you ever get overwhelmed and wonder how many toys a sane person really needs?
I sometimes get overwhelmed with the reviews I need to write, but in general no. A person can never have too many sex toys.
Does your obsession with sex cause problems in your relationships with normal people? What sorts of problems have you encountered?
I would have to say yes, indeed. My family officially thinks I'm depraved, as do a few of my friends. And they probably think I'm hellbound. If loving sex and sex toys makes me a hellion, I know I'll be in good company. There are over 10,000 registered users here at Eden. As for my mister, he seems to be enjoying my ever-increasing sex drive fairly well though, and that's good.
So your husband supports your new interests. Does he also support your being intimate with other men at EdenFantasys parties? Should I start calling you mistress?
He supports my desire to acquire as many objects related to sexual pleasure as I can. He's even picked a few things for himself, so who is he to judge? As for whether he gets upset about how I interact with other men, well, if you've been to an Eden party, you'd know that it's not just the men that the women interact with. He knows it's all in good fun and doesn't take the parties too personally. Should you start calling me mistress? Perhaps if you joined one of the parties and were willing to submit to me, I suppose you would have to call me mistress. But for the sake of this interview in our day-to-day, BBW or BBW Talks Toys works just fine.
Indeed. My notes tell me that the folks at EdenFantasys have an interactive calendar on their forums that you can check for club meeting times and dates as well as parties and other activities.
That is correct, Bill. The calendar is located on the forums at the top of the page. Really, you can't miss it.
Thank you for being here tonight, BBW. That's all the time we have for this edition of Eden Talks. Have we resolved the issue of obsession or honest hobby? Perhaps not, but we have learned that EdenFantasys is a great place to indulge your passions. Stay tuned for more exciting interviews of the folks at EdenFantasys.